Today we're going to be looking at, once again, your Lily Gaddis, of the Lily Gaddis Show. Go check her out on YouTube. She talks about things like these libtards. She talks about common denominators, things that I talk about at times. A lot of times she says things even more than what I would say or have said, but the gloves are even more off now than ever. And I looked at a lot of the news and a lot of people are still stuck on Charlie Kirk, and it's okay. It's a week after the fact or whatever, and it's still kind of fresh, so that's all right. But we need to address these libtards. These libtards teaching your children that murder is okay, to celebrate murder is child abuse, plain and simple. But that's what these libtards are about. You know, lopping off their genitals, trying to change their little Johnny into a little Susie and little Susie into little Johnny, confusing them. That's child abuse. And I have a video, 30-something minute video that I will unleash soon about them, about these demons, these libtards. I want you to watch this disgusting behavior. Lily is going to chime in. Here's her, it's right here, The Lily Show. Lily Gaddis, Gaddis, on YouTube's YouTube. She's a gem. She's one of us as far as being a patriot, conservative. And she's calling it out. And she calls out, it doesn't matter what side really you're on, even if you're on the so-called right side, if she sees something that isn't on the up and up, she calls it out. But more often than not, it happens to be these libtards, it happens to be the common denominators that get called out. So let's take a look at this. I got good news. It says this piece of crap, probably with Kool-Aid in the hair, libtarded mom says, I got some good news. And the kids go, did Donald Trump die? Or something like that. Let's take a look. They're trained to say this.
Donald Trump died?
See, trained to say that. They're trained to say that.
I have the best news ever.
What? Donald Trump died?
You hear
that? Second best news.
Second best news.
Okay, third best news.
Listen to this.
I have the best news ever.
What? Donald Trump died?
Second best news.
The Vice President died?
Okay, third best news.
That Elon Musk died?
Okay, no. Nobody died. My best friend's getting married.
But for them to actually say that, for them to actually have that, to know to say that, they were trained to say that. They were taught to say it by these libtarded parents. Trained to say that. I couldn't imagine. I have three kids, right? At this age. Couldn't imagine teaching them and saying that, you know, I couldn't stand Biden. I couldn't stand Obama. But I wouldn't say in front of them, little kids, this bitch needs to die. I wouldn't say that in front of them. All right? Because they'll take that and they'll bring that to school. They'll say that to their friends. They'll say it. They'll be teaching them to think it's okay to wish death on someone. Even though a lot of you out there say, you know, as adults might say, well, you know, those bastards are pieces of crap. I understand that. But you shouldn't teach kids like that. This is disgusting behavior. They shouldn't even be answering that. There should be, who? What's the good news? You got me a present? You brought home something? What? It's something, what? You know?
Taylor Swift! Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce!
Taylor Swift, she's a piece of crap too.
Second best news.
The Vice President died?
Okay, third best news.
That Elon Musk died?
Okay, no. Nobody died. My best friend's getting married.
Which one is it?
Taylor Swift! Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged!
Who cares?
What's up, folks? Welcome back to the show. We got to react to this video that's been going viral around. It went viral about a week ago or something like that, but we've been covering, obviously, the Charlie Kirk incident. But this plays into the Charlie Kirk shooting. You know, we still don't know what the hell is going on with that. Who shot him? Is this guy a patsy? That was the first thing I thought when the guy showed up on the scene. It was just too convenient. He seemed...
They say it's Mossad. I could have showed you a video about that. I mean, there's so much going on with that. And I'll cover stuff like that. But you know what? That's not my forte. Is that the right word? That's just not my niche. All right? I might cover it, do a video on it. And that's it. Like when Israel got attacked, put that in quotes, let itself get attacked. That was a Mossad thing. They knew they were going to get attacked, just like Pearl Harbor. We knew, the government knew the Japanese wanted to attack Pearl Harbor, and they let them do it for an excuse to get into a war. That's what that was, World War II. Because the American sentiment at the time was that they didn't want none. They didn't want to get in a war. So they had to do a false flag. Sound familiar? How many has this government done, huh? Even Vietnam, the Gulf of Tonkin. But I digress at any rate. So I got people at the gym talking about this a lot, and it's fine if that's what I want to do. It's just that I don't want to hear about this all day and night. I want to consume it. There's other things, bigger things, pictures. There's a bigger thing going on, agenda, than that. But this needs to be addressed. These libtards need to be addressed because they're the scourge of society, right? They're the open borders. They're the cult of death, open borders. They defend criminals. They defend murderers. And they bring up shit constantly about white supremacy. What year are they in? 1865 wants the narrative back. White supremacy. And they're whites that are saying, these libtards are more often than not white. Putting down their own race. They don't know what bathroom to use. You already know the drill, but I'm going to get into that in the next video or soon. I'm going to release that video when the time's right.
Like a patsy to me. That could yet still be true. I don't know. But we're still just waiting for information to come out. We'll probably never get the information, just like we'll never get the Epstein files. All that to say,
so give that up.
Regardless, this is kind of brought back into the forefront of all of us. The reality that people on the far left are still evil, you know? These people, I guess because they lack morals, they're just sick.
They are.
It's really great
are.
having my
I don't know what's going on.
But we're still just waiting for information to come out. We'll probably never get the information, just like we'll never get the Epstein files. All that to say, regardless, this is kind of brought back into the forefront of all of us. The reality that people on the far left are still evil, you know? These people, I guess because they lack morals, they're just sick, depraved people. Regardless of how you feel about somebody, it's like a sickness if you are celebrating them dying, you know? So we're seeing this played out in the homes. These liberals are teaching their kids very young to not only hate us, but to wish for our death. Okay, now these are two innocent little girls in this video. They don't know any better. They're a pallet, and their parents can create what they want with them. But my first question is, why are you even talking about politics with your kids?
Yeah.
Like, they don't need to know about that. They should be...
It's true. I never did I talk politics. I wasn't really into politics back then when my kids were younger, but I kind of was, but I kind of wasn't. Let's just say when 2016 rolled around, I really got heavily into politics, roughly from that point to maybe 2019, 2020, but then I got out of it. And every now and then I mention it when it's relative to the news cycle. I'll talk about it, and then BitChute gets triggered and shit like that because I mentioned something that's political. It's ridiculous, but I digress. I am not into it like I used to be, and I damn sure wouldn't talk about it in front of my children. They're little. What are they gonna? They don't care about politics, and they don't need to care right at that point. Really, I mean, especially not in this context about teaching this all this nonsense of celebrating death of this, celebrating death of that. It's just disgusting. It's child abuse is what it is. These libtards are nothing but child abusers. They're fucking defenders of pedophilia. They're defenders of crime. They are the antithesis of what is good. They're the opposite of what needs to be done in this country. They claim that they love America. They claim that they're American, but they're not. Everything they do is to destroy. Everything they touch is destroying. Right? Look at the cities. Look at the cities, libtard cities. Look at how they act when they don't get their way. They're always threatening this, threatening that. They're always saying you're the Nazi, but they act like the Nazi. They always say you're a fascist, but they're the fascist. They're projecting what they are onto the conservative, onto the patriot. They're not patriots. You cannot be a patriot. You cannot love your country and want open borders. You cannot love your countries and burn the cities down. they kill babies like it's nothing. It's a fucking satanic ritual, and that's what they are. They're full of they're demonic. That's why they use that when they say that their genders are they. Take it seriously. What does the Bible say? When Jesus cast it out of the man, he had a bunch of demons in him. We are a legion. He had a bunch of demons. They. That's plural. People they're filled with the devil, man.
You should be teaching them morals and
Exactly.
virtues and teaching them about God and reading them Bible stories.
But
you should not be teaching them about this presidential candidate is bad. There's so much time, so much politics to be able to talk about when they are older.
Right.
But this is like a problem that we have of parents actively grooming their children to grow into killers.
Exactly. That's what it is.
This is why we have these nut jobs. Because when kids are exposed to terrible things, or they're taught, oh, this is a person out of like a nightmare, they just take that at face value and they just believe it. This lady turned out to be the wife of a National Guard member.
She's the wife of a National Guard member. You would think that a National Guard member would be patriotic, right, to his country, and especially if a president, calm down, bitch, you, just calm your asses down, cool your jets. I gotta say this, especially if a president to them is patriotic, wants closed borders, wants to do what's right for the country. Calm down, BitChute. I gotta say this, folks. You don't know what I have to deal with over there in BitChute. As opposed to Biden, but still, even with Biden, you're in the military. You gotta toe the line. You can't be, no matter who the president is. You gotta be, right. You would think the wife would be patriotic, right, towards the country and everything. And even if she didn't like, say for instance, you would think, here's how I see it. You would think a military person in the military would be a conservative, patriotic, have a good moral compass. You would think the wife of that would have that. It boggles my mind how the hell you can be in the armed forces, and you could actually have libtards in the armed forces. That, to me, that doesn't even make any sense to me. But a lot of shit doesn't make sense to me. So go ahead, take it away, Lily.
She's actually hideous as well. I couldn't find any pictures of her, but I saw one picture from Leonardo Joni clowning on her. But this is who these people are, and they hate our guts. They hate our guts.
Back at
you. And then they want to cry like Jimmy Kimmel got fired. They want to cry and whine that they lost their job. And while I am not going to participate in doxing anybody, I'm glad that these people are reaping the benefits of their own actions,
Yeah, they created this monster. Now that the chickens come home to roost, so to speak, they want to cry to me, Argentina. Fack off. And as far as doxing is concerned, I'm not a proponent of that. That's actually a criminal thing to do. But that's what they've done to conservatives, right? It's a really asshole-ish thing to do. It's criminal.
In some way,
there's
a poetic justice in it. It's like, if you come up and hit me, I'm not just going to take it. I'm going to hit you back, even though that might not be morally right. So I'm glad to see these people are reaping some of what they've sown. They created all of this mess. And I don't know what you do, because, like, what do you do with this epidemic? I can only say, thankfully, there's more of us than there are of them. These people still are the shrill minority. But when you see videos like that, it's just like, what is wrong with people? Seriously, what is wrong with people? Here's another video, again, of like a parent grooming their child to like be a militant version of them.
So tell me what you know about the gripers so that you don't find them online, because you need to avoid them, correct?
Yes, they are alt-right members.
Mm-hmm.
They're Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
They
look at your pansy.
They support Nick Fuentes and Donald Trump.
But what about the memes? What are the memes?
I don't like Nick Fuentes. I think he's a piece of crap, fake conservative. All right? That's every time I see him, he says stupid shit, and he's retarded, and he says stuff. He talks like a liberal. I can't. I really don't like Nick Fuentes. I can't stand him. I don't like his hairdo. I don't like anything about him. All right. This is a piece of crap. Look at this. He's just regurgitating the talking points. Well, they're fascists. They're white supremacists. Just check, check, check. Fucking pink in your hair. Don't know what bathroom to use. So over it. Yeah, we are. We are so over your shit. You fucking demons. You're anti-American, commie, fascist POSs. Hey, hey, ho, ho. These effing mother effers need to go. But I digress. At any rate, let's take a look.
You have to be careful about.
New AI features are landing in
Fucking
Chrome.
commercial.
Trump.
But what about the memes? What are the memes you have to be careful about?
You little pansy. Look through your notes. Type it in. Pink in your hair. You
Look
little
how he's
faggot.
going crazy on that iPad. Like, that's an iPad, kid. Oh my
He's a
God.
pansy,
Don't give
too.
your kids phones, okay?
He's
Please
pansy.
do not
That's
give
what you
them
raised,
phones.
a pansy.
If your kid is that, like this whiz, let me get my video game up. Oh, let me get up the meme of the grapers that I gotta avoid. Oh my God, what a freak.
This
Wow.
is a Groiper frog.
Yeah, that's Pepe.
I still don't even know what
Yeah,
the
we
hell
know
this
that
Groiper
one.
shit
What
is.
else?
These
What are the ones
retards.
we don't know?
The Wojaks.
Okay, there you go. That guy. What else?
Retarded, man. They are absolutely
Friend
retarded.
World.
Ask your kids.
Look
American beer.
at American beer. Are you serious? Well, you would take exception to that because you're not American. Look at this. I want you to see what you. She says what's. Lily says what's wrong with them. I can let you know what's wrong with them. They're full of the devil. They're not Christians. They have no moral compass. They're broken. They're easily brainwashed. They never do their homework. They're dumb as a bag of hammers. No analytical or critical thinking skills. They just take their marching orders, their talking points from fake news, gets beaten to their little pea brains, whatever they got, the chemtrailed no brains, they're lobotomized. And this is what you get. You get this. Would you be proud of that? Huh? Look at this. Look at this. What is that? What is that? I guarantee you it doesn't know what bathroom to use. But we're gonna take advice from this, the likes of this. Are you JKing me? Get the fuck out of here. You don't even know. You're so damn confused. You don't know if you're a boy or girl. Are you serious? And we're supposed to take this seriously? But they are dangerous. This stupidity, the lack of moral compass, the fact that they're easily brainwashed by the fake news commie apparatus, that makes them dangerous. Because then they get filled with hate from fake news. They believe fake news. You could step outside and see there's no white supremacy. You got whites holding doors open for blacks. You got blacks holding doors to convenience store or whatever. You got vice versa. Blacks holding doors open for whites and vice versa. There's no white supremacy. If there is, I must have missed that bus. What year are you in? 1860s? What year are they in? What year is fake news in? But yet they believe this shit. And they're white. So I guess that makes them white supremacists. Oh, no, not them. It's the conservative whites that are white supremacists. See how stupid this is? Meanwhile, the trannies, these libtards are causing the shootings and all that stuff, causing the mayhem, right? Going to schools and shooting people up. Look at these idiots. Look at them.
I've never even seen this one. I don't think that's right.
You produce a soy boy.
There we go.
Or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Stone Toss.
Now let me
Okay.
look at my little iPad. Oh my god.
Can you see how, did you catch how annoyed she even is with him? Okay, yeah, we know that one. What a bitch. This woman's just a bitch. This woman is just a miserable bitch. And she wants her son to be a loser. She wants her son to look like that. These are the kind of parents who want their kids
You
to
want
be
your kid to
trans
look like that?
for some reason. I think it's because they're so miserable with their own miserable, horrible,
They're
empty
always
experience
miserable. Always
that they
fucking
want
miserable.
their kids to either be worse than them
Yeah.
or be at their level.
Mhm.
And they
Get on
definitely
my
don't want their
level.
kids
Get
to
on my
excel
level.
them. They want their kids to be miserable.
Yeah.
And what's the best way to ruin your kids?
Mm-hmm.
Turn them into trans. Turn them into one of the members of the LGBTQ whatever. Turn them into a gamer loser.
Oh yeah, always gamers and fucking damn
all I'm saying
Antifa
is these
sympathizers.
people are they're kicking the wrong bear, okay? Our kids don't look like that.
No. Our kids
Normal people,
are like this.
Normal
This is
parents,
our
it
kids,
reflects
strong.
in how their kids look.
Oh yeah.
Their kids look healthy, they're athletic, they're happy. They're not being like getting really elated and excited about the potential death of a political candidate. They're not scrolling for memes to avoid these people. What?
Did you see him?
Oh my God. What a loser. What a freak. You don't want your kids to look like this. You don't want your kids to act like this. And I don't know how this can be fixed. I can only say maybe in the schoolyard if you're concerned.
We need a revival in this country, and we need a sweeping revival and a sweeping exorcism of all the demons in this country. In this world, really, would be even better than that. You want to make America great again? You really do? We need a revival like you've never seen. We need a cleansing of all this filth, all these demons. We need all the sickos to be put in a fucking... We need to make paddy wagons great again. I'll tell you how to make America great again. Break out the paddy wagons. All right? Insane asylums. Yeah. Padded rooms. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where that belongs. In a fucking padded room. You couldn't have that walking around back in the 1920s, 30s, or 40s. If it walked around, it was recruited. It was a sideshow, freak show at the circus. That's what you're seeing, but that's become the norm now. Pretty much. The freak show that was relegated to the fucking circus is now walking among us. Promoted. Googling for memes at the prompt of its libtarded mother. Are you JKing me? That's where we're at. That's where. Welcome to 2025. Let's get insane asylums back, dust them off, let's renovate them, paddy wagons, the whole 9 yards. A revival. Let's have an exorcism of all these fucking demons. Get rid of all these damn criminals. You know, people actually talk let's just say, I'm not going to say where, but, you know, it's where I hulk and bulk. I'll say that. And there's a couple of guys get on a subject of all this nonsense that's in our society, and I'll say, well, what would you do with them? They say, put them on an island. Put them on a fucking island. Even have a little game show, you know, like Survival of the Fittest. Put them on a fucking island. Anywhere, in other words, hashtag anywhere but here. They're tired of it. They're tired of it. People are tired of this shit. We're tired of the woke shit. We're tired of the nose, pig rings. We're tired of the Kool-Aid in the hair shit. You can look like that, but don't push your ideology that comes with that, your woke shit that comes with that, on mainstream, on society. Hashtag, we're not going to take it. We're not going to take it. We're not going to take it anymore. We're done with it. We have the fatigues. I need to make a video about fatigue. We ain't just got gory fatigue. That's just one fatigue. Are you kidding me? This is a huge fatigue right here. Yeah.
Conservative kids. How do I phrase this in a way that is, you know, your kids could maybe set this kind of person straight, possibly. But I would just say, if you're a parent, have your kids avoid these sorts of people, all right? Because you become the company you keep, right? Your kids need to be confident. They need to be athletes so that they avoid these people. The only reason these kids turn into this is A, because they're learning it at home, and B, because they're such freaks that they have no option but to hang out with the other freaks, right? So if you raise a kid that's like very confident, they're athletic, they will be thrown in a better crowd. I would say get your kids out of the system entirely. Homeschool them, don't put them in school. But this is what we're up against. This is why we have killers on the loose who want to gun people down who have mildly conservative views, because they're being taught this from the time that they're kids. That's the show. Sorry, this is the worst show I've ever done in my life, okay? I feel like shit today. I actually feel like...
I don't know why. I've exposed a lot worse than that. That's just running the mill, but
shit.
Okay.
So that is my excuse for the horrible performance of today. The horrible show. Inarticulate, not funny, uninteresting.
Oh no, it's interesting, and we need to address this shit, Lily. Don't kid yourself. We need to address all this stuff because that's child abuse. All that shit. Your kid looking like that? You kidding me? Notice how when you see, I see it all the time at the gym. I see teenagers, right? They're clean cut. The ones that are they're playing sports. The ones that I see, the ones that are playing sports. They're clean cut. They have their head screwed on straight. You know damn well what kind of family they came from, and it ain't a libtard family. It ain't one of these commies families, right? They're confident. They're athletic. They got a bright future ahead of them. But then you could tell when the schleps come in. You could tell unkempt. They got Kool-Aid in their hair. They look like complete train wrecks. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but I'm thinking that yeah, you look like that. You're a lost cause. You're coming from one of these libtarded households or whatever. It's ridiculous. But yet, two wings of the same bird. So go figure that one out. Anyway, yeah, these libtards. They kill babies. It's a culture of death. It's a culture of lies. It's a culture of anti-Americanism, anti-morals. If you consider yourself a liberal, that means you align with all this shit. That means you like killing babies, no problem. It's funny, my body, my choice when it comes to killing babies with them, right? Because they're hypocrites on every sense of the word. They're on every level. My body, my choice. You can't tell me. I could kill my baby anytime I want. I don't want it. Yeah, I romped around. I got prego, but I'm aborting it. Oh, no. It's not your body, your choice when it comes to taking a quaxine. You better take it because if you don't take it, I'm gonna get sick. Oh yeah, I took my quaxine, but you got to take your quaxine too. Your body, your choice is thrown out the window at that point. Remember that? Remember they didn't want you to have a choice as to whether you wanted to take the quaxine or not during COVID. Remember that? Your body, your choice was thrown out the window. Forgot that, didn't you? Maybe you didn't. I didn't. And a lot of us out there did not. They're hypocrites. They're liars. Rhinos too. And they destroyed things. What do they do good for society? They hate this. They are full of hate. They hate you. They hate themselves. They hate babies. They hate having a border that's secured. All they do is hate. But they call themselves the party of love and inclusivity. Yeah, until you step on their toes. In fact, that noise is what I got for you. That's what me and Lily got for you. Let me say that. At any rate. Should I say I'm out, Lily? I gotta come up with something different. I'm out? Should I continue to say that? Until next time you receive the shock treatment.